is up, guys? It's Bankrupt Dope, back again with another video. Today we are back on some Black Clover Mobile. Now, before we hop into anything, I hope you're having a good day today, and if you're not having a good day, I hope your day gets better. You already know the drill. Also, your boy's on the road to 1,000 subs. So, if you find yourself new here and you enjoy the content, hit that sub button. If you find yourself returning, hit that sub button. And yeah, that's really the only kind of people that could be here if you're new or you're returning, obviously. But if you don't like the content, you ain't got a sub. But if you do like it, sub, comment, and like the video. It help people out a lot. Now, today we're gonna talk about something, right? We're gonna talk about like the JP global monetization debacle, right? Because I've seen comments across other people's videos, and I'm just very curious, right? Like, I just think that there is, I don't know. Sometimes I could say like there's obviously subjective and objective points of views. I think there's some things that are like, yeah, obviously that's the opinion. I think some of the things are just more true than not being true. And today we're gonna talk about the monetizations. Or apparently, JP only hit 400,000 versus Global's 50 million, if I'm not mistaken, 45 million. And 400,000 is literally nothing for a gacha game. $400,000 on a global gacha game means that you're dying and that your servers are shutting down very soon, is most likely what that means. And that's how the JP game is. JP hit 400K, and people were talking about how they made changes to how they are monetizing things with the seasonal mages. And then somebody said, yeah, no, they should do this. It's like they give out enough free-to-play stuff in terms of like mages and everything, so it makes sense for them to do that because they're not making money. And that's the problem right there. The biggest problem that this game faces, and this part of the game will end up facing it, believe it or not, which is why I've been so hard on these videos, help videos, to try to change the game, because if these things don't change, this game will look just how the JP game will. All of us global players out there are going to quit. There's a reason the JP players quit. Global players don't just sit here and please don't blindly follow the game because you just want to follow the game. There's a reason why JP players are quitting. And I've been saying it, and people want to ignore it as if it's not real. It has nothing to do with the monetization side of the game. It has to do with this game doesn't have anything to offer. What is the game offering in gameplay? And it's nothing. Nothing groundbreaking. Nothing insanely fun. And that's the problem. Guys, we went through Christmas and New Year's. There is nothing here that is fun, that is grabbing my attention. Nothing here. Nothing here. This is just normal stuff that we've been doing since the game is released, and this is stuff that people are still doing on JP. It's just more grinding, more gear grinding, because you have this flawless thing, like this enhanced gear stuff. It's like, oh, now I get to grind more gear and rely on more energy because you need 10 in the set. Like, there's nothing good here. It's just mindless grinding that you're literally not even seeing because you're skipping it. And on JP, it's just more of that. So like, this tab is pointless. It's not activity. It's just mindless grinding to get stuff. You want to say it's for PvP. Once again, PvP is, you see how far I fell. I haven't played this game. I haven't played PvP in a while. PvP is very mid. There is nothing great about this. This is literally the simplest version of PvP that there could ever be in a gacha, because the gachas that have this are all bottom tier. I'm being very blunt about this, because I feel like people are missing the problem with why the game is dying, and that's what's worrisome. It's very worrisome if you miss the reason why the game's dying. This is lackluster. This is mid. At best, you can only do this a certain amount of time a day. So this is not content for people to actually play. You cannot, this is not a viable sense of content for people to play. It just isn't. So, you have PvP, which isn't a viable thing content because you're limited on how many times you can do it. All of our normal challenges are exactly that, challenges. They're normal. It's literally grinding. There's no actual challenge in here. It's just grinding. And then the limited challenges are all limited. You only do them so many times a day and you could skip them. So what are we doing? What are we doing, guys? The tropical retreat that you skip and costs an insane amount of stamina. See the problem here? Are you seeing the problem? It has, I mean, partly it does have to do with this. There's so many monetization lines here, but there's nothing to do, guys. That's the problem. This game doesn't have events. And I already heard the other YouTubers that say, yeah, well, there's really not that many events, but we're hyped about this character. What do we hype about a character for if there's nothing to do with the character? Oh, well, PvP is not the point of this game. It's not the point. It's not the point of this game. So, all of this to round about to that, currently Garena proves my point that they just want money. That's all this game is being made for, is money. There's no roadmap, which is it's very sad. There should have been a roadmap for 2024 explaining what they're trying to do for the game, and maybe they can get players back. But they didn't even do that. They're just coming over here to Global, changing things up. More monetization lines, while there's more monetization lines on JP as well. Like, people are talking about, oh, JP's doing all this monetization because they're dying. Well, why is there a whole bunch of monetization on Global when they're doing perfectly fine? So it's all like, I think it's a very mute point. It has nothing to do with a game dying or not. It's just they want money, and they don't really care about the players' well-being. Is how I see this. And unfortunately, when you look at other games in this genre, they're at this level. None of those games, some of those games are trying to get out. Dislight is trying to get out of their little rut. They finally dropped a roadmap. They explain what's been taking so long and why the game's been dry. There's been nothing for this game. There's been no reason to why this game is doing the state that it's in. There are no events, and it's irritating me. There's no reason there are not events. I might have complained about Star Rail, but at least they give you an event every single patch. There is an event of some type that is different in some way for you to do. This game isn't doing that. It's not doing that at all. So, if you're wondering why the game is dying on JP, it has nothing to do with, oh, they give out too many free characters. That's literally the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. To think that the reason the game is dying because they give too many free mages. That is not true. If you think that that's the case, you do not understand how gacha games work. Because Dokkan Battle consistently hits over 50 million with every banner, and people skip banners after banner after banner after banner, and they still hit their marks for money. You know how many banners people skip on that game and they still hit marks? It is insane. But it's because they have content to play. That's why they hit their marks. Why does Star Rail hit their mark? Because there's content that makes you want to summon the characters. You can't just have a character with no content to want to do it on. And that's what this game is. There's characters with no content. There's nothing to fill that void. Why am I grinding this gear? There is no reason to grind that gear. And that's the problem this game is facing. Not enough innovative and or quality content in this game that makes it worth using characters and spending for characters when you can just play Star Rail, when you can just play even Dislight, you can play Genshin Impact, you can play Dokkan Battle, you can play Raid Shadow Legends. There are so many other games out there that have a reason to spend and grind. Some kind of reason. You can go find it. Ain't many reasons in this game. So I just want to throw it out there. That's why JP is dying. That's why people aren't spending money. But just because they want to tweak how they do a shop, that is not going to bring anybody back to the game. It might help the current players, but it doesn't bring anybody to play the game. And I need people to understand that. Please. That's the real reason why JP is dying. Because they don't add events. And I will keep saying it. Garena. Hopefully some bigger YouTuber, hopefully Giku, Shiny, or Nagato, hopefully one of them actually watches this video and like can throw this back out, or even Garena, someone, hopefully someone big can watch this video and, you know, talk about this, because I think that's the more important thing of why the game is dying more than anything. And obviously we are in two different brackets, me and all of those other creators, and you're gonna do what you gotta do for views. Well, please, I hope it wants some. It's why I like to collab. I wish I could collab with somebody, like, hey, let's get a video out talking about this. Because currently a lot of videos are just, you know, tier lists, summons, oh, this character's so broken. But none of those things help this game grow. And obviously the team needs help. They need help. So bigger creators just truth be told, there's probably a reason why they're doing it, and it's probably because even if they do make those videos, it doesn't change the game. And that's the unfortunate thing about it all. But hey, I would like to say that we tried. So anybody gets a hold of this, please feel free. Let's talk about this topic more openly in a bigger fashion, because for some reason some of the community just has a very bad thought process of why the game is dying. I just want to put it out there that is not the monetization part is not the why the reason the game is dying. It's the lack of content is why the game is dying. And a lot of people seem to act like that's not a real thing in this game, that there's a lack of content. It's a global. We had two of the biggest celebrations air quotes, yet the content in this game still is non-existent through all of those. But that's it for this video. Let me know how you guys feel. Let me know what your reasoning. What do you think JP is the reason? Like, why is JP dying? Now, maybe I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just completely missing the mark. But I'm pretty sure the lack of content is why this game is dying, versus, especially on JP, versus just the monetization line. That's it. Like on the video, comment something down below. Let me know your reasoning, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.